A rider hits 127 miles per hour and gets a speed wobble. Another rider needs both lanes just to make a single turn. And a new rider drops her bike at a stop sign because of one simple mistake. So today I'm breaking down crashes at every single skill level. Side of the pedestrian, just hit him. That will kill someone. A lot of people think, oh, it's just a bike hitting something. It's like, it's just a bike. Like, it can't do much damage if you, like a bike hitting a car doesn't do much damage. Just run into a wall as fast as you can. You're probably going to maybe get to like 15 miles per hour. Just run into a parked car and bounce off it. Tell me that does not hurt. Tell me you're not going to probably break your knee or tear a ligament. Just run straight at it. Just run with your feet. Now, we're going 20, 30, and we're hitting a pedestrian. You don't think that's going to do damage? So when I see something like that, that's painful. The mechanism of injury on that thing, like her right knee is probably tore up and probably a broken rib and a few other things. So when I see something like that, even if I'm the one that hit her, I'm going to be in pain, but I'm probably going to be fine because I'm wearing full gear. But let's see if I can help. And if I witness it, I'm going to help. There's some broken something there. Should she have done that? Should she have ran out? No. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Please tell me you applied the brakes. That was a great little clip to get me interested. Nice little hook on your video there, buddy. Good job with the brakes. Good job with the progressive braking. Good job. Ryder, what's your name? Ryder Mert35, take a seat and have a slice of pizza. Enjoy your stay. Thank you for teaching us how to do good progressive braking there. Good job. Full gear too. Love it. Smart rider. 120. They always like to showcase what they're doing here. It's like, let's go ahead. Yeah, look how fast I'm going. And then they crash. And they're like, oh, man, these other people are stupid. Like, I did something stupid. But they don't even think that, actually. They don't think they did anything stupid. It's like, let's post it. Motostars, can you use my video and put it in the compilation? And then here comes DanDanTheFireman talking crap. And I don't even know what you're doing yet. But I know you're going 127. And I know there's no speed limit in the United States that's higher than like 85. There's the speed wobble. We just talked about it. So you're not going to have this problem if you're going the speed limit for the most part, unless you're, like I said, your suspension and everything's all screwed up. You're going to definitely have if you're pushing it that far.
The rider heavily annoyed by
it's a perfect opportunity to practice your emergency acceleration. Go from like where you just turned on the on-ramp. Practice your emergency acceleration to get to the speed that the highway's at. That's a perfect opportunity to practice emergency acceleration. Emergency swerving, go into the parking lot or ride around and swerve around manhole covers. Very good. Emergency braking, progressive braking, I'd prefer you do that in a parking lot, but you can pretend at a stoplight coming up. You know it's a stoplight way ahead. It's like, okay, cool. So those are ways to practice when you're out riding.
the driver's behavior decided to confront him, but the bike decided.
So they just switched over. You're riding in a group ride with other cars. Just because you're not in a group ride with other motorcyclists, you're in a group ride with other cars. Stay staggered, just in case. Don't be side by side. So that's fine. It is what it is. Shift. You got to shift. Oh, he's having engine problems. Good job. Good job. Ensure your own safety. Get to the shoulder. Very nice. Oh, I think we've seen this one before. So we're going to go ahead and move past it. Ripped off that bumper. Probably hurt his foot. The car's coming out of a parking space and got hit. All right, here we go. Stop sign. Okay. Hazardous situation, intersections. Let's come up to a stop. Practice our emergency braking, progressive braking, and we fall down. New rider mistake. New rider mistake. So how do we prevent that? So she puts her left foot out. So that she's assuming she wants to put her left foot, like, to go to the left side, right? But we start falling to the right side. So when you're coming up to the stoplight and you know you want to get to the left side, which is typical because you have your right foot on the rear brake, right? So you can kind of sit on the left foot on the ground, right foot on the rear brake, and kind of just sit there. That's a typical stop. That's what you want to do. So we're coming up to here, and we know we want to put our left foot down. So just kind of lean to the, lean your upper body to the left. That's going to put the balance of the bike towards the left. This is my left. We're flipped around. So foot down on the left, and we're coming up. Instead of like leaning the opposite way, which makes you go that way, start leaning this way, and it's going to make you go down that way. Okay? So probably, I was about to say that Kyla Wells 9840. We're doing a live stream here, everybody. Maybe putting too much pressure on the right peg. Yes, that's probably what's happening. So we have our left foot down, we have our right foot applying the brakes, and we're putting weight on that right peg, which is putting us to go that way. So you do that when you're doing slow speed turns to the left. So you can put counterweight on the right, turn left, and make it to where it's a sharp turn left. So I love how you're thinking. Love it. So that's probably what was happening. But we want to lean our body and put weight to the left side because we want to actually fall into the left side to put our foot down. It's the opposite of doing counterweight, to where we don't fall to the left side. We put weight on the right so we can make a left-handed turn. So if you understand the principles of slow speed maneuvers, you'll understand the principles of why this happened. And once again, guys, practice 24 drills. You get a digital version, puts it right on your phone, have some fun, 5 free drills on my website. Go to the training resources tab on motorcycletrainingconcepts.com, and you'll have 5 free drills to practice this. So that's exactly it. I like that you guys are thinking. Have a slice of pizza. I love that you guys are thinking like this. So it's a new rider mistake. You start to learn. Oh, we don't know exactly why that happened. Maybe a road surface hazard. Maybe we got sideswiped. Don't really know. He does have those hand guards to keep his hands warm. So maybe there's like not snow, but ice or some kind of moisture on the ground. I almost missed that. All right, here we go. Going around a corner. Buddy hit the other buddy because they're all slowing down, not talking to each other. Everyone rescue. I want to point out, though, real quick. See the guy running across? He didn't look. He didn't look to his left before he did that. So part of rescue is remain calm. Remain calm and ensure your own safety, and then act. He did look both ways? Okay. I missed that. But it's a great thing to even say. So let's just even say that. Let's just pretend he didn't do it. He did the right thing, I guess. Let's pretend he didn't do it. So that's the whole point of rescue is to ensure your own safety. Look both ways, because if you don't look both ways and a car's coming and you get hit, now you can't rescue those riders and somebody has to rescue you. That's the whole point of remain calm and ensure your own safety. Let's see if he does look both ways. Horvath, you always point me. You always, oh, yeah, you're right. Horvath, you have better eyes than I do. All right, he did look both ways, and he jumped. That dude's a man of action. I'll give him props then. He gets some props. Look at that thing. Look at it. Oh, that scares me on his knee, though, locking that knee before he lands. Look at it. Looking both ways. But he looked both ways after he jumped. I would look both ways for, whatever. I'm going to still give it to him. All right. So he's rescuing. That dude is on the phone. It's like, dude, you call 911. That's part of rescue. Hey, you call 911. I'm helping. All right, here we go. Oh, we're going to have to swerve? No, we're turning. We're turning. Make the turn. We're going faster than everybody else. We're speeding around the corner. What are we going to do? Oh, went a little bit wide because we're going too fast. Barely made it. Okay, so that car. Okay, there's that car. This is the right lane. We're in the wrong lane. Dude, you're going around a corner in the wrong lane? So we're passing. No, we're straight up. Yeah, he's doing racing lines. We're straight up doing racing lines on a street with traffic. I was gonna say he's passing because there's that person, but like And we needed both lanes to make this turn, and we still couldn't keep it in the lanes. We had to use the shoulder. Dude, slow down. Stop. Just stop riding. That's what I mean. Stop. Just stop.
Despite the slight irritation, the rider eventually
Okay, so
decided to call me, explain
it's not
the
a
mistake to the driver.
yeah, it's not a merge. It's a lane addition. It's fine.
That intersection is a goal, brother. You almost made me run into the back of you. Sounds good, bro.
It is what it is. I still want to maintain a good space cushion. I believe after watching thousands of these that most drivers, and I'm sure you guys see this even if you don't even watch thousands of these and you're just going out for one drive, most of the people on the road are idiots. And they don't, somehow they passed the test where they had to understand road signs and they still don't know. Like, look, yeah, he pointed out the sign.
Despite the slight
It's a lane addition. Like, give me the real term in the comments, but this isn't a merge. They're adding a new lane. So, yeah, you don't stop. You go.
the rider eventually
There's no yield sign or nothing.
decided to call me,
And he decides to do that. Now, did he do that because somebody swerved out in front of him, took his lane? I mean, I don't know. I don't see it.
He decided to call me, explain the
But
mistake to the driver.
in that situation, keep a space cushion if you need to swerve left.
That's not funny.
Yeah, on any road I'm in, there's always at least one idiot.
That intersection is a goal, brother.
I think
Almost made me run into the
Horovac,
back of you. Sounds good, bro.
are you the common denominator here? All right, blurring out our speedo, having some fun on a back road. This is a beautiful area. I don't need to be speeding to do this. That's an easy turn. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! That should wake you up and be like, I need to slow down. That's a wake-up call. Slow down. Slow down. You notice how like a lot of the problems are people just going too fast? Open lane pattern. Thank you for posting an open lane pattern video right here. Okay, it's hard to see. There we go. Right here. Open lane. This car might want to come out because they don't like being stuck behind this car. This truck might actually want to come out because they don't want to be stuck behind this car. It's just the visual pattern that you should witness. And so if that's the case, always ride staggered. And if you do want to pass, because you're like, I don't want to be stuck staggered because this guy's going slow, pass slowly. And then once you get like into that blind spot danger zone, accelerate out. And then get back to speed, just the speed limit. Because that could happen. Swerve lane, good job. New position for safety. That's the whole part of the plan method, is that we assessed and navigated this active threat and put ourselves in a new position for safety. So good job at success. Handled it. All right, here we go. Oh, found the escape. New position for safety, found the escape. Move on. Pay attention. You have a sharp turn up ahead. That's what the signs say, so pay attention. Lane splitting. We are the active threat here. We are the active threat. That, you should probably take that as a learning lesson of like, stop being an idiot. All right, Dr. Speedo again.
I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Good job with the brakes. We got cut off. Move on. Here we go. Going pretty fast in this area. There's the vehicle pulling out. Oh, got lucky. But that's a great visual representation of if you're not going to be able to stop in time, you must switch it to the other thing that you can do in an emergency situation. So 3 things: emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency accelerate. So he's trying to do emergency braking, hit a lot of rear brake, started fishtailing. It's like, I'm not stopping in time. I must swerve now. So that's why you need to adjust. Now, why could he not stop in time? Why was his total stopping distance so large? Because we're speeding. So if you can reduce your speed, you reduce your total stopping distance. So you probably could have stopped in time if you're probably going the speed limit. But even then, if you're going the speed limit and this is your stopping distance and you're not paying attention, you're never gonna stop in time. So you're gonna try to apply the brakes here. And so then what you have to do is now swerve. So at the end of the day, the principle applies. If one is not working, you must switch to the other. And so he did a good job there. The bad thing, I don't want to say bad, but the thing that he could improve on, there we go, is slow down. He swerved. I'll give him that. He didn't panic. Okay. It's fun, I get it, but it's kind of retarded. It's not smart. That's all you. You think you're cool. I get it. All of a sudden, side of the vehicle. Side of the vehicle. Swerved out of the way. Yeah, he's doing it slow. Good job with the swerve. Got it. But that's the side of the vehicle pattern to prepare you like I probably need to do one of the 3 things. So that's why you need to have the visual before the action. We did the open lane pattern into somebody. And then you're gonna get mad at this person. That was your fault, motorcycle man. Almost crashed into McLaren. Oh, your insurance would be pissed. Oh, we went a little bit too fast, I bet, going around that corner, and we went wide. What's gonna happen? There it is. Too fast around the corner. Went a little bit wide. Good job keeping it up, but slow it down. So I think maybe what's happening here is that we're trying to catch up to our buddies. And so we sped up on the straightaway, not anticipating the corner. And they're doing their speed. They're doing fine. So it's like they can make the corner easy, but we sped up to catch up. And that's the whole point of wearing a cardo system with your group riding buddies and say, hey, I can't keep up with you guys. I'll meet you where we're supposed to meet up. I'll meet you at the restaurant or the pub or Jeffrey's house. That's where we're going, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys have fun. I can't keep up with you. And then they might say like, oh, we're going to slow down for you. Like, this way you're not putting yourself in this situation. That's what we're trying not to do. So got very lucky. Thank you so much, Motostars, for putting that video on. But thank you guys for being here. Grab a slice of pizza, and I'll see you on the next live stream.